Either way, certainly, and like you just implied, it's definitely going to be an interesting one. Like you said, probably one of the
I've watched a few games of the Semi World Series so far, and I've been quite impressed by the level of play.
I think
I've watched Titanic play, and I don't know, the guy looked almost like a mid to high semi to me, and it didn't look.
Yeah, he's good. He is
good. His build orders were solid. Everything seemed fine to me.
Okay, sorry, just trying to not multitask here. Natural threats, and yes, I agree. He is definitely up there as one of the favourites, I believe. No huge surprise that Queen Muff went for natural threats first. That's one of her favourite maps, I understand. It's also one of mine. Okay.
Alright.
Interesting.
In versus Tox. And they're gonna remake.
Yes.
Okay.
Just gonna do a nice fast re-in here. Make sure everyone gets in the lobby. Actually, it's fine. You guys can see it, I'm sure. Open. Go observer. Wraith's gone observer because he's normally on it with that stuff. So that's good. Okay, Mr. yeah, Sam has just confirmed for me that you can definitely be heard, so that's good. There's a non-running joke because whenever my brother streams, and has been recently, his sound settings just don't work when it just sounds like he's just talking to someone, so he always needs tech help. But it looks like everyone can hear you, so that's good. Good start.
That's perfect. I was just a bit slow to the game, as usual.
That's alright, that happens. Static on the mic. Now, how did I fix that last time? Memory. Bear with me, guys. I need to remember how I did it last time. I think I just unplugged and replugged, so give me 2 seconds. You won't hear me for a second, so bear with me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
Okay. Thursday, Daniel, let me know. Obviously, it won't be a bit of lag, but let me know if that's any better. Hopefully, that little replug did the trick. It did last time. Fingers crossed it did this time. And if not, well, I'll just work for a solution for uptime. I'll try my best anyway. Okay, alright, looks like we're good to go here, more or less. Wraith's probably just going through his final thoughts. I'll say good luck for both. Not that I mean to encourage him to go faster or anything. That's just not my style.
Yep. So, what are you expecting here?
Well, on this particular matchup or in the set? I assume you mean the matchup.
Yeah, in this matchup.
I think that we'll see Elix here, actually. Just because it's just easy to deny the map control with it, even though it's really predictable. What about you?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Seems to be really common to go for a Helix against Toxin.
Agreed. Anyway, we should see what let's do our little usual start. So in the top we have.
Let's introduce some of them.
Absolutely. In the top we have Queen Muff in her usual gold. Playing as Toxic.
In the bottom we have Wraith in purple as the infantry channel. We see an early barracks by Wraith. Could indicate the Helix.
Yeah, that could actually. Let's see what he ends up going for. In the meantime, Queen Muff just going for, well, I mean, there's not really much you could say at this point other than a few wild workers springing around.
Yeah.
Interesting one, this actually. It's a tiny point, but Wraith's supply, when he twists it that way around, I think he's not going to get a perfect supply here. And yeah, it's slightly laggy, this actually. There's a few freezes here.
It's a little bit laggy.
Yeah, that's not good. It was okay in the test. It's definitely gotten slower. That's kind of typical. Oh, that is really.
Yeah, maybe they should try Redman.
Yeah, that is super spiky. Yeah, that was super spiky just a second ago. Hopefully, it actually stabilizes in a second because that was pretty bad. Even 24's, bordering on the difficult, shall we say?
Yep.
Interesting.
Yes, so we do see a Helix for Wraith. Kind of like we expected.
Absolutely, that is hardly surprising, and a fairly late-ish truck rush on the left-hand side as well. But that probably won't go. It's a bit too late there. It won't quite pay off for him.
Yeah, I don't even think he will get the RPGs if Queen
No,
pays attention.
at this rate, yeah. No, actually, Wraith just decides to battle out or opt out in the end.
He did stop the tunnel in the middle though.
He did. That's
at
actually
94%.
that's very nice. That's a good pick off that. And he has preserved the truck for now, so it can just keep on crushing. So that's very nice. And the licks in the background here could cause some problems. I've also just realised I need to turn my sound up. Sorry, guys. There we go. Actually, just turn that down a tiny bit. There we go. Okay. Right, yeah, licks coming forward.
She got one quad out. Needs a few more of those.
Definitely going to need at least bare minimum 2 if you're lucky, 3 ideally. Otherwise, it's going to be a problem. Okay, the terrorist stops the truck rush, so the left side supply should stabilise. And there's 2 oils coming in. Quad out now, and the second quad. Licks coming forward now. That's going to go on the right hand side, but 2 oils here. This is a nice start for Queen Muff, actually.
Yeah, definitely. She should probably start a Stinger site now in her main base.
Agreed. Might lose the tunnel there, does, I think. Stinger, as you say, just gets started. The quad
Oh, she gets some free shots off.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
Nice. That's nice. Got a couple of RPG shots off as well, and we know how dangerous they can be. Yeah, this looks actually... Okay, it will probably deal with the left-hand side. This is where the map control clearance comes into play.
But this is still a very good start, I would say, for Queen.
No, I completely agree with you. God, it's so laggy, it's ridiculous. Definitely going to have to do something after this for sure. It's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely a very solid start for Queen, no doubt about it. All the licks is going to go low here as well. And needs to get out of there fast. Didn't even clear the left-hand side, actually, so this really is about as good a start as Queen could have hoped for.
Yeah, she's free to do whatever.
Lag is huge.
It's huge spikes as well. It just
really
jumps from
spiky,
like 25 to 50.
It's a little bit
It's
concerning.
the worst kind of lag.
We do see a transition though. In the meantime, we're presumably going to affect it. Yeah, I know that's a good point. Who does it affect more really in this circumstance? I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, which army would you rather be in these conditions?
I would rather be the Toxin, I would think. There's a bit more to do with like all of your workers and stuff, and the Helix not responding in time is kind of annoying compared to, say, a Quad responding.
No, you make a very good point. I think it's definitely a lot worse to be the Imp in this situation.
Yeah, I feel a bit bad. Maybe I should try to... I mean, I'm almost 100% certain it's not me because I usually never lag. I could try to quit, and you could try screen sharing just to see if it improves. But I don't think it would help.
No, I think it'd be fruitless doing that. I can't see that being the problem. I think Radmin would be the next logical thing to try after this.
Sure. Anyway, we can't really change what's like the latency or whatever, so let's just focus on the game, I guess.
Yep, no, agreed.
She is breaking open an outpost. She might even capture the oil here.
Nah, surely. I'll tell you what. No, the Lix is... I think the Lix is just about going to deny that. That really would have been... Oh, hang on, actually. No, look, the Lix is empty at this point, isn't it?
It's an empty one, but it might be close. But he stops it.
Very nice. I think... Yeah, it's obviously very difficult for Wraith at this point, just having to try and break through the line of defence here that Queen Muff's got. But not impossible, because infantry can still amass a pretty strong army here.
Yeah, and that seems like a pretty full outpost. He is going back, however, with it. That might be a bit of an opening for him on the left of the hospital. He could maybe just go into her base.
Just this little gap.
I think he needs something like that.
No,
because
I
if
agree.
he's... I don't know. It's almost too late to just start clearing the map for Wraith right now. She's been on 2 oils for a while once the palace finishes, and she's on 3 supplies. I don't think you can win in, I would say, like a traditional way of like regaining map control. I just think it's way too late for that. He needs to deal some damage.
Agreed. Yep. Okay, right hand side we see an attempt at... Yep, that worker gets denied, sure enough. Propaganda going up then for Wraith on the right hand side. And what have we got? Middle is just, just establishing the control in the middle now. This is where it gets particularly difficult for Wraith, this is the thing. Palace going, like you say, 100% now. It's going to get difficult. Slightly ambitious with the second tunnel in the middle, though.
Yeah, that probably needs to get cancelled.
And it does.
And it does.
That's a lot of quads. Oh.
Yeah, Wade probably needs some infernal cans, I suppose, as to ever clear the middle. It's gonna be hard otherwise.
Agreed. Yep. That's going to be tricky.
That's not a good engagement so
Ooh,
far
not
for a
the,
queen.
no, not the best. Those 3 quads went down quite cheaply there. I wonder if she's just being a little overconfident, thinking this is in the bag here.
Yeah, might be.
But there's still this
Wait,
large gap
no.
on the left-hand side of the hospital. Actually, there's still a gap to go through, and I just wonder, will Wraith actually attempt to go through if he added an ECM or 2 to the mix? He'd definitely be able to do that, I think.
He did get his oil now, at least.
He did. Yep, loads us out. That's very nice.
Think he might have to throw down another war factory right now.
Yep.
Because I don't think mix will really help him all that much. They're just too slow in clearing the middle. I think he needs just outpost ECMs and infernal cannons.
I think I agree with you, yeah, especially with the Stinger obviously being present, it makes it harder. And if you have a couple of ECMs and buggies, it's actually very... Oh, the Gamma quickly busting that. Although, Bus might go down here. Let me close. Okay, Buzz does get saved.
Very close.
No, that's very nice. And I agree with you about the MiGs though, especially with the Stingers present. I mean, yeah, sure enough, we see some Inferno Cannons being prepped here by Wraith. That is a really full... I tell you what, the gap. This will probably just clear it alone. There's so many in there, they'll just clear the infantry. They don't even need the quads. Oh, the
Think
bus.
she might get her bus bunkered there?
Yeah, a bit wasteful there. But otherwise,
I think a Charmin would be nice. I'm wondering where her Charmin is.
I was just wondering
Like
the same thing. We've seen Angry Mob, but
attacked for a while.
yet to see.
Oh,
the
there it
Charmin.
is.
Ah, there we go. Okay. That'll probably snipe the dragon, will it? Yeah, it does. Okay. And I just wonder how long Wraith will go until just thinking, right, let's just get out of this game and go into the next one.
So he is actually getting mix.
By the way, guys, just FYI, apparently the stream's laggy, by the way, so I'll try and fix that shortly after this game. Just get through this game first, and then I will rectify what I can rectify. Fourth supply in the middle as well. Yep, that's very nice. Establishing really good map control here, actually, Queen Muff. I like the angry mobs. I mean, they'll get burned up by the Infernos, I'm sure, but they have got close enough, so they've had to turn around. Oh, actually. Oh no, yeah. There's no arm the mobs, so they're kind of useless, actually.
Oh, but he did lose a pretty full outpost to the tunnel there.
He did. Will the Jarman go down here? Nope, Jarman actually does live for now. But he's probably going to go down here. Yep, goes down to the minigunner. Okay, that's fine. That can just be remade. Muff floating a little bit here. 7k now. Wraith actually floating a bit himself. 4k. And that second war factory probably would come in handy at this point. 4 MiGs have been produced, actually. So he has gone against your thoughts there.
Well, I don't mind it if it was on, say, 3 supplies. I just don't...
Ooh,
I would rather have 2 war factories on 2 supplies and try to break through the middle.
Yeah, I agree, and there's the GG. And we'll definitely have to fix the lag. So, give me 1 second. I'm going to try one thing for starters from my end, just see if that helps. So, give me 2 seconds. Sure. Actually, before I do that, I should probably just go out to... let's just sort this out quickly with the players first. I have a feeling Wraith wants the consistency with game 1, you know.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think that's the point.
Well, I mean, we could still do it after the rematch then.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly right. I was just thinking that. Okay, I'll create in here. I think that's arguably fair. I imagine Wraith after that would... I need to go Observer. 1 second. Observer, there we go. Right, give me 2 seconds, see what I can do my end.
Sure.
Okay, right. I doubt that'll make much difference, but worth a try. Okay.
Alright, welcome back.
Yeah, they're both here. I just wanted to double check they were here, so it looks like they are. That's all good. And let's see what happens on this occasion. Okay, so this time in the top we have Wraith in his purple as Tox.
And in the bottom we have Queen Muff as infantry.
Okay, now what will Queen do? I'm gonna guess not a licks off the back of... It didn't exactly work out for Wraith, so maybe she'll mix it up here.
Yeah, also no barracks, so seems very unlikely to be a Lex at this point.
Yep.
Probably just plays defense with a war factory and barracks.
Yep.
I would assume.
I think there is a chance for him here. It's not impossible. Obviously, it's harder against the Tox, but it's certainly not impossible.
Yeah, definitely.
I think the key is just getting into the base, and then if you do that, then it starts looking a bit upwards for you, doesn't it?
I think that's kind of where Wraith went wrong in the previous game. He had a few openings to go straight for the base, and if you hesitate too much, the game becomes kind of unwinnable.
Absolutely. No, I completely agree.
You need to do some early damage, I would say, to Toxin to stand a chance.
Agreed. As soon as it, like you say, as soon as it goes on long, I mean, any GLA is relatively strong, and infantry probably one of the weakest armies in the long game, so, especially against, when you've got that Jarman Gale alone to deal with, let alone the Toxin and whatnot.
Right.
So, yeah. Okay. See a bunker on the left hand side, so a fairly defensive. Not sure how I feel about the positioning of the bunker actually.
Could be a bit closer, right, to the supply trucks, I think.
I think there's one or two things you can do here. Either have it closer to the supply trucks to block off any techs, or just have it sort of further in the gap so that you're at least covering more of an area.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, I think this is kind of in the middle end.
Agree, yeah.
Not a big fan of that one. The one on the right is nice, however.
The one on the right is very nice, actually. That is nicely done, because that will cover off any sneaky techs trying to get into that gap. So that's actually pretty nicely done there. Terrorists on the right getting denied. Oh, I've just realised I haven't got a score. There we go. This is what happens when you don't have a checklist. Don't even have a scoreboard. That's terrible. Oh dear. What am I doing? Sorry, guys.
They both kind of went for the same build order, by the way. Both went for an oil capture.
They have. That's interesting. So both playing slightly more... I mean, Wraith's build order looks very similar here to what Queen Muff did, actually.
Yeah.
Guys, I'll put a scoreboard up after this game, by the way. Apologies for that. Okay.
It's kind of interesting because she has the building on the right side. She knows there's no tunnel there on the way to space, at least. Or at least up to the oil. So that's where she's pushing.
Agreed, yeah.
Finger like that.
This is actually a pretty... This could be pretty dangerous here for Wraith, certainly. I think if you're Queen Muff at this point, obviously this tunnel will go down and the worker and whatnot, the quad will go down. Do you go and kill the oil now? Or do you just go straight for the base?
I mean, she might even just drop one minigun, I think, and capture it herself. I know she probably can't hold it, but
it's a fair point.
She's gonna have it for a while.
Ooh, right, so just trying to get the two RPGs here, and actually will succeed with the flamer, so that's very nice. Well, certainly we'll get one of them. Probably needs to edge that slightly forwards now. Okay, yeah, the flamer's
I don't mind just killing it now as well.
Yeah, the flamer's
But I think she should be closer with the outpost so she can punish the quads moving up now.
Agreed, agreed. Although you could turn the flamer around at this point. Decided not to in the end, but the men will engage from behind now. Quite a few quads are going to go down here, actually.
Yeah.
And I imagine Queen Muff should just send one of those, I think, to just go and finish the oil off.
I think at this point, yeah, you definitely want to just finish it off.
But instead opting to take the entire army with her. Not sure how I feel about that. Meanwhile, in the background, not much else going on. There's a third supply in the middle from Wraith, but otherwise... Okay, he had just upgraded that. Was it real in the first place, or did he upgrade it? I'm not entirely sure. Either way, it's going down. So that is an expensive loss there for Wraith. Loses another 2, maybe even 3 quads here. Yeah, it does. The terrorist could be annoying, though. Without a minigunner, especially. Oh, it gets force fired. That's very nicely done there.
Yep, it's nicely done by Wraith.
Still has to do something about these tank hunters. I think I would like to see Queen just go for the oil at this point, just clear that.
Can she finally kill the oil?
Yeah, they're not a completely dispensable asset. There's still potential for them, I'll tell you. They will still cause some problems. I mean, 7 tank hunters is really difficult to deal with, unless you have a Jarman Kell, of course.
Well, I mean, he is Toxin. I feel like he should just be getting a few rebels. That would be very, very helpful.
I agree, yeah. Second War Factory is up for Queen Muff, by the way, in the meantime. This is finally getting cleared up at the top. Mind you, not without taking 2 more quads. So a lot of damage dealt with that attack there. It was pretty good. And this is going to be a much harder attack to deal with that's coming in on the bottom left now.
That is true. However, I think she's really going to regret not killing that oil in the long run.
I think you might be right there, yes. I think that was potentially a bit of a mistake. I'm also wondering if it was a mistake to go up the left flank now, rather than just continuing to follow up through on the right.
I agree. I mean, you kind of know you have an open path to his base on the right side. And I think if she plans on clearing these tunnels, I guess she wants to capture the hospital first, but I was gonna say, probably should just keep the Lotus with this army and capture the oil right away.
I agree, yeah. Lotus is actually going for the hospital, which I kind of like, you know. The hospital doesn't really get much attention. I don't believe it gives any XP away, so there's no harm in the sense in capturing it in that sense. It just, you know, gives you a temporary benefit, really, which is admittedly was extremely temporary. Okay, that's nice. Only 2 Infernos, but got a Firestorm there. That's with the subliminal messaging, I believe, actually, that gets that.
Exactly.
So very nice. Looking pretty good for Queen Muff this so far.
Yeah, now she needs to send a Dragon Tank to that oil, which might get intercepted.
Technical. Is that going to be... Okay, no, that's just an RPG tech. Queen Muff responding pretty nicely to that, though. And loses 1 outpost, but that's not too disastrous. In the background, we're just seeing more of a ground unit spam. This is starting to get a little... Oh, the dragon on the top right manages to get in. That finally deals with the oil. That's nicely done by Queen Muff. She's looking on point here so far.
Definitely. And she's getting pretty close to level 3. That's the nice thing about Infernal Cannons.
Yeah,
like, you can easily kill the tunnels and get some XP.
Picks off some easy XP. The supply on the right side may be a little ambitious. I think I'd have preferred to have seen that, or unless it's there as a bait, perhaps.
It's not too bad if she baits out the quads to go away from the tunnel and then just picks off the quads.
No, I agree. It's, all right,
I mean, the supply is like what? It's like 900 or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, if you take the truck away.
If you take the truck away.
If you kill 2 quads, it's already worth it.
Agreed. Yeah, and I think she did that. So that was a good trade. And she's hit 3-star now. So as you already pointed out, it's going to start getting extra difficult here. And that signal might just the command was already up. So Wraith might actually not be too far from quitting at this point, unless he has a pallet up, which actually he has just got up now, but then Jarman Kell's just come out, okay. And the battle bus is out as well.
Bunker the battle bus?
Yeah.
But it also cost her all of her Infernal Cannons?
It will. Expensive loss, 1100 a pop, those Inferno Cannons. But otherwise, I still think Queen Muff's pretty nicely on top here, especially with that oil in the middle on the left-hand side, actually, and the fact that Wraith's got no oil now, whereas Queen Muff's chilling on 2.
Wait, what happened to the Chell abilities there? I see a damaged arms dealer and a damaged supply.
Oh, that's a very good point. Did the carpet bomb never get fired?
I can't imagine it getting shot down. Like,
no,
it must have been in the middle. We would have seen that, right?
Yeah, I don't think the carpet bomb's been fired. You know. Unless we're both blind. Yeah, are we going mad here? There definitely hasn't been in the middle. We'd have seen it. You're right. Has Queen Muff forgotten to fire off the carpet bomb here?
It kind of looks like it.
Surely not. I've never seen that. But then, I guess maybe it's possible because you're concentrating on doing one thing, and obviously you want to fire off. Well, you want to fire off the carpet bomb first, if anything, don't you?
Yeah, normally you do.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. Anyway, that's
wait now, trying to get rid of the oil on the left side.
Yep.
There is a bunker there.
The bunker there is very nice. Could even fill that a bit more.
I feel like he maybe should have parked the battle bus on the left of the oil and gotten rid of it, because there's not gonna be a good point later on where he wants to like move his army there to get rid of it.
Yeah, I agree. Potential missed
So
opportunity
she's
there.
probably gonna have the oil for a really long time now on the left side if you don't commit to it right now.
Yep. No, agreed. The longer you wait, the harder it gets to kill. But I think all the action, I think Rev's going to be concentrating on what's going on in the middle. That's a big pop. And he might... Oh, one bus gets hold. Probably going to go down. And I don't think... Okay, he's not done too bad. He'll lose the one in the hole. Yeah, he has lost quite a bit.
Pretty
here.
nice, by the way, that we managed to fix the lag somehow.
Yeah.
That's a ping of 10 now with 4 people in it.
Yeah, that is... I'll confess, I kind of plugged in my LAN.
Okay.
And I must admit, I had low hopes for that fixing the issue, but I'm not going to lie, it appears to have done the trick, so I'm not complaining.
It's a bit of an interesting army there by Queen for ECMs.
Same ping this game, not for me. Yeah, he makes a fair point, because obviously the lag has definitely gone up against him so far. So that's a fair comment.
Yeah.
Having said that, though...
It's a bit frustrating for Wraith.
It is frustrating. Having said this, though, the tactics probably were more... You know, the tactics used by both players, I think, were the more dominant reason for why we're seeing this go 2-0.
Yeah, I would say so. I think if you go for a Helix and don't manage to do any early damage, it's always going to be hard against someone
And that
getting
is,
2 oils.
And that is the risk of going licks. I think we've definitely seen it in this matchup. So, guys, the score is 1-0 right now as we speak, before the conclusion of this game. I will get the scoreboard up as soon as this game is over. Apologies, I forgot about it. I'm a bit of a noob, obviously. Okay, Queen Muff looking like she's going to try and close this game out here. And here come the MiGs now. That's very nice. Ooh. Right, here comes a carpet bomb.
Oh,
right?
here comes.
The carpet bomb we don't think we've seen before. And that is actually going to be pretty devastating. Yeah. And there's even Lotus is going to capture the market on the left as well. That's very nice. Angry Mob has got Arm the Mob. But there are MiGs out. So that'll just get GG.
GG.
Very well played from Queen Muff. She goes 2-0 up. Alright. Let's just quickly, I'll go into a large map. And what I'll do is I'll just very quickly see if I can get this darn score.